Hello and welcome. Welcome to the MBLEx review course. My name is Jody Skulls. I'm your instructor, and today we're talking about the benefits and physiological effects of massage. Yes, you will be tested. There will be up to 15 questions on the specific benefits of massage to every system of the body. Any system of the body is fair game for the questions on the MBLEx. So we are going to be covering, we go through three of the systems today. We'll do the next three or the next nine in coming order, but we'll get us through as much as we can today. But I like to give you a full perspective on what many of the benefits of massage are for each system of the body. And we get really specific about how does massage help. This is an awesome class. It's one of my favorite classes because this is material, this is information that you bring right back to your clients. So when your clients say something about how does massage help the digestive system? Massage can't help the stomach. Oh, yes, it can. Oh, yes, it can. You're about to find out how. All right. So this class goes down in 3 rounds. The first part is we talk about test taking strategies. We talk about strategies because it doesn't matter how much you know. I don't care if you're a doctor. If you don't have some strategy going into the MBLEx, if you don't have some tools in your toolbox about how to take this test, it's not going to be a very fun experience. And most likely, it's not going to be a very successful experience. So we talk about test-taking strategies because it's an important part of your success in passing the MBLEx. Then we'll get into our learning, and that's the second part of class. And in the third part of class, we dissect questions. Just like you were taking the MBLEx, you're going to be able to pull apart the question. You'll be able to eliminate 2 wrong answers, and that will lead you to choosing the best answer. Because for many of you, you've already taken the MBLEx, and you will have noticed that there are distractors. There's more than one good answer. It's your job to get to the best answer. So we practice that in part 3 of a class. All right, so let's get started with our test-taking strategy for today. I want you to be super clear that the MBLEx is a CAT test, a CAT test. That is a computer adaptive test. What does that mean? Why do I care? Okay, what that means is that the MBLEx is able to adapt during your exam to become harder or easier. Many people who have passed the MBLEx will tell you, oh my gosh, damn, it seemed to get harder as I went along. It does. It does. Yes. And you say, oh my gosh, that's not fair. You know what? Here's why it could be fair. Before I explain why it could be fair, let me tell you what I'm talking about. When you begin your MBLEx, you're going to begin with moderately difficult questions. They're not going to be easy. They're not going to be hard. They're going to be right in between. And based on how you answer those questions, the MBLEx will adapt. If you answer the question correctly, the MBLEx will realize, hey, he's good at this. Hey, she's good at this. And the next question in that category will be a little bit more difficult. The good news is the questions that are a little bit more difficult are worth more points. Yeah. So You can answer the moderately difficult questions all right and pass the MBLEx. What it's trying to do is allow you to score higher points. Your goal with the MBLEx is to score 630 points. There's a possible amount of points of 900 available. So the best you can do is 900 points. Now, for all of you perfectionists out there, I don't think it's ever happened. I don't think anyone's ever scored a perfect score. Please give yourself permission. I am giving you permission. I'm giving you permission to score 631 points. That's all you need, okay? No one's going to know what you scored. You're not going to know what you scored. No one knows. You don't get a score. A little frustrating, right? But what you do get is pass or fail. All you have to do is score 630 points. Now, on the practice exams, many of you are members of the Patreon community at the $20 level, the $20 pledge per month level. Thank you. And that allows you unlimited practice exams. Now, if you're at the $49 a month level, it gives you all the classes and quizzes too, and the practice exams. But on our practice exam, you just have to score a 70, right? Score a 70 to pass. When you score a 70, and a number of you have already scored a 70 and passed, that's the equivalent of scoring a 700 on the MBLEx. I want a little cushion there, right? I want a little cushion there so that you know you're passing by a strong margin. So that is the computer adaptive test. I want to summarize by saying the MBLEx does get harder when you answer the questions correctly. And it gets a little easier if you answer a question incorrectly. Please note that the MBLEx has changed its answering format. Some questions will have only 3 answers. It used to be they always had 4 multiple choice answers. Now, about half the exam has 3 multiple choice answers. That's more good news. It makes it a little easier. You have 1 wrong answer already gone. Yeah. So you're not spending quite as much time on those questions. That's the good news. Now, just wanted to mention that to you because a number of people who were taking the MBLEx thought, oh no, I'm getting easier questions. I must be failing. No, that is not the case. That is just a shift in the MBLEx, and it's moving over the next 12 months to all 3 answers. All of the questions will be 3 answers. Yeah. So you heard it here. Yes, the MBLEx is a CAT. It's a computer adaptive test. It adapts based on your answers. It'll get harder, it'll get easier, but it's trying to help you score more points. Your number of points that you need to score is 630, and you will get your results as soon as you finish. You get handed a piece of paper that'll say pass. Yes, it'll say pass. I'd like you to imagine that for just a moment. In fact, as we move into our class, I have an image for you. That is our test taking strategy for today. Here we go. All right. So welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is this is the benefits and physiological effects of massage. You will have between 12 and 15 questions that have to do directly with the benefits of massage on each of the systems of the body. We'll look at those systems in just a moment. But as you imagine, we just talked about the finishing your MBLEx, walking back out to the desk, and getting handed a piece of paper. Handed this piece of paper, it's flipped over. Nice lady is giving it to you. And I'd like you to see that word, pass. It's about a third of the way down the paper. It's in the upper right-hand side. Yeah, yeah, pass. Feel it. Imagination is powerful, by the way. Super powerful. We attract to us what we feel, what we imagine with emotion, what we imagine with feeling. High five, man. Boom. High five. Yes. You call your partner, you call your parent, you call your sibling, you call your spouse, you call. Several of you have told me you sat in the car and reread it like 6 times. It said pass. It says pass. Yeah. That's where we're heading. And there are times, I know, I gotta drag you by the ponytail to get there. And that's okay. That's what I'm here for. To create that real positivity around this result. You can do this. Let's get to it. That's your finish line. Oh, and I'd like you to plan a reward. Maybe it's a smoothie, maybe it's a weekend away, but when you cross your finish line, plan your reward. Yeah, it's great to just to have that anticipation, that expectancy that you're going to get that reward. It's fun. It's a fun game to play with yourself. So, imagination, feeling, and planning that reward. All right, I'm going to go have a big burger. I'm going to go get a green smoothie. I'm going to go to Whole Foods and spend $14 on a fresh juice, whatever it is. Know that I help you to focus on what matters. You focus. I focus on what matters. And today, what matters is the benefits and physiological effects of massage. Here are our systems of the body. You potentially could be tested by asking what are the benefits of massage for any of these systems: cardiovascular, blood, lymphatic immune, our lymph system, integumentary, skin, hair, nails, the nervous system, our central nervous system. We're going to talk a lot about the nervous system today. Central, peripheral, yeah, nervous system. The endocrine system. We're going to talk about the endocrine system today. The muscular system and connective tissue. Muscular system includes tendons, ligaments, connective tissue, fascia. Benefits of massage to the muscular system and the connective tissue. The respiratory system, our breathing, our lungs. We're going to be talking about that today. The benefits of massage on the digestive system, the skeletal system. The urinary system is also called the excretory system, our waste system. And then the reproductive system. So being familiar with the benefits of massage for each of these systems, we'll get through as many as we can today so that we can do it, so we have a deeper dive. Let's start with the nervous system. All right, so nervous system is simply electrical stimulus that moves along neurons. So neurons, a neurosurgeon, usually means nerves. Now, neurosurgeon is brain, right? But the neurosurgeon is looking at how are we solving the problem of pain through treating the central nervous system, the brain and spinal cord. Yes. The nervous system responds to stimulus. So the peripheral nervous system has stimulus, neurotransmitters send those messages right back up to the brain and spinal cord. So if you see words like action potential, if you see neurons, neurotransmitters, chemical messages, we're normally talking about the nervous system. Let's look at the components of that nervous system. You see there on the left, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. We're going to take a deeper dive into that to look at the benefits of massage. So here you see we have two sides, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Let's talk first about the central nervous system, brain, spinal cord. Now, when we talk, I'm going to skip that little part. That's the skeletal system. We'll get to it. We'll get to it, I promise. But just, I was going to compare and contrast. We don't need to at this time. We will later. The central nervous system is simply the brain and the spinal cord. It is like Grand Central Station. All the messages, all the trains go there, all the trains leave from there. So Grand Central Station. The other part of the nervous system is the peripheral nervous system. You know, I have peripheral vision, right? You see that from your peripheral vision. This is everything that isn't the brain or spinal cord. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of miles of nerves in our body, thousands of nerve endings in our fingers, over 30,000 nerve endings in our feet. Whew, imagine, right? No wonder it feels so good to get a foot massage, right? There's so many nerve endings in the bottoms of our feet and in our hands. So um, this is even through our organs, we have a nervous system, we have nerve endings that inform the brain and spinal cord in every area of our body. It's called the peripheral nervous system. Of the peripheral nervous system, we have the somatic. I'm going to pause here for just a moment. I mentioned earlier I have a little chest cold. That's why I sound so throaty today. Uh, all right. So we have the somatic and we have the autonomic. So let's look at the autonomic nervous system with a little bit of a deeper dive, because this in the autonomic, so autonomic, just like you have a car that's a standard where you have to shift, and then you've got an automatic where it shifts itself. The autonomic nervous system works involuntarily. Involuntarily. That means it works on its own. Let's take a look. This is where we find the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. Did you just get nervous? You're like, oh, damn. Yeah, I remember this. I didn't understand it in school either. Well, today you are going to understand it. Let's take a look at what happens with the sympathetic nervous system. So, the sympathetic nervous system is also called fight or flight. Fight or flight. And that means the body has detected some threat, perceived or real. It has per, it has some threat going on. Now, in we'll just say in the United States, people sometimes stay in the space of fight or flight. They rarely relax. They rarely chill. Maybe they're stressed at work. Maybe they have a stressful job. Maybe they drive a lot in traffic. But a perceived threat, a perceived stress puts the body into a sympathetic nervous system response, puts them into different degrees of fight or flight. To the parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is also called rest and digest. Rest and digest. Remember that from school? Yes. Yes, you do. I know you do. All right. So what happens during rest and digest? We as massage therapists, and you are there in your mind's eye, yes. During massage, the body has a parasympathetic nervous system response. We calm down the fight or flight and we improve the rest and digest. And guess where all healing happens, by the way? Not during fight or flight. Yeah, it's during rest and digest. That's when our body can heal. Yeah. So take a look at this. So our pupils don't dilate, they're constricted. So they're not dilated open, like watching for predators. They're constricted. They're like during sleep, right? Um, Saliva production increases. Oh, we're safe. We might be able to we might be able to have a big meal. So the saliva production increases, mucus production increases. In fact, in the chat, I saw that is that Hermila says that's why I receive when I get a massage. There's so much mucus, right? Cuando tú tienes un masaje, tienes mucus, right? Yeah. So mucus. That's one way our body gets rid of waste. So please let yourself sneeze. Man, you should have heard me over the last 2, 3 days. Achoo! Man, got my tissue right here handy just in case. That's one of the ways our body gets rid of waste. The mucus captures pollen, dirt, dust, any environmental stuff going on. Gets stuck in the mucus, and when your body says it's time to sneeze, it says it's time to empty the wastebasket. It's time to clean it out. Achoo! Yeah, let yourself sneeze. Find a tissue, sneeze into your elbow, cough into your elbow. But mucus production can increase to help eliminate waste. Heart rate goes down. Yeah, heart rate goes down. Bronchial muscles, breathing slows. And the so the breathing slows down. So technically, we say the respiration rate slows down. Our oxygen levels go up, but our respiration rate goes down. Be careful comes what's trying to come out. And then the relaxation response, that parasympathetic nervous system response, improves pulmonary function. So Pulmonary. Remember, pulmonary refers to the lungs. CPR, right? Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. When you see pulmonary, remember respiratory system, lungs, right? Some people jump into cardiovascular. Massage improves pulmonary function, the function of your lungs, by loosening those tight respiratory muscles. Yeah, there we go. These are some of the benefits of massage to the respiratory system. Oh, quick quiz, quick quiz. Which part of our nervous system is responsible for the relaxation response? All right, put it in the chat. Let's go. Let's see. I see one response. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, good. You guys are good. You guys are quick. Good. Yes, Catherine. Yes, Diana. Good. Yes, Amy. Yes, Jennifer. Good. Anastasia. Excellent. Rico. I always want to call you Rico Suave. Sorry. Parasympathetic. Yes. Ooh, I said it out loud. Anastasia. Yes. Queenie got it. Good. Jessica, you got it. Good. Mateo. Yes. Amy. Yes. Patia. Yes. Good. V, of course. Greta. Yes. All right. You guys got it. Good remembering. Excellent remembering. The parasympathetic nervous system is responsible for our rest and digest. Yes, our rest and digest. And that's what you see the frog, the cool frog, parasympathetic, yes. And then the other one is a cheetah chasing a gazelle. That is fight or flight, right? A cheetah. All right. Ready to dissect some questions? Yeah. Ready to dissect some questions? Let's do it. All right. Which one of these effects is not a benefit of massage? Which one of these effects is not a benefit of massage? A. Maintains posture and body balance. B. Increases the flow of nutrients to bones. C. Decreases elimination of waste matter. D. Increases flexibility and strength of joints. I see some answers coming in. Read the question carefully. Which one of these effects is not a benefit of massage? Maintains posture and body balance, increases the flow of nutrients to bones, decreases elimination of waste matter, increases flexibility and strength of joints. This kind of feels like no man's land, right? You're like, oh my God. Okay. Check the chat. Oh, yes. Good answer, Diana. Yes, Amy. You got it. Mateo, good. Jessica, you got it. Yes. Ermila, yes. Anastasia, yes. Jennifer, yes. Ms. V, got it. Aita, yes. You got it. Rose, yes. Nailed it. Abigail, nailed it. Good. Let's eliminate a wrong answer. Massage does increase the flow of nutrients to bones. Best answer, letter C. Woo-hoo. Decreases the elimination of waste matter. It actually increases. Yes, you guys were not tricked. I'm very proud of you because look at this. Oop, I gotta go back. Which one of these is not a benefit of massage? Why do they do that on the MBLEx? It's hard enough to figure out what is what. when they do the backwards questions, like the reverse questions, which is not a benefit of massage. You have to be very careful of that on the test. That is why I strongly recommend you read the question twice. If you get a separate room, you can request a separate room, you can get an accommodation. Read the question out loud, especially if you don't have any idea what they're talking about. Read it out loud, you might understand a word or two. That's a wrap. Woo-hoo! Nice job, you guys. That's a wrap. We are finished with our lesson for today. Thanks for hanging in there. Lessons have been going a little longer these days, but I know you're finding value in it and that you're learning because I see the light bulbs going off. So great job today. And I love it that you are with me for an hour because if you can stay focused with me for an hour, that means you've got a solid building block to focusing, to having the test taking stamina for 2 hours. And remember that our test taking stamina, we are building that up, right? We're building it up, building it up. We got to get it to 2 hours. I mean, one way you can help with stamina too, obviously, you can take practice exams, but also reading. Can you sit and read for 2 hours without falling asleep? Yeah, that's evidence that you've got the ability to focus for 2 hours. And that's what I need from you. That's what I need from you for the MBLEx. And for some of you, you'll have an accommodation. A doctor can simply write a note that you need extra time. When you are applying for your authorization to test, if you would like additional time, you can have additional time, but you've got to have a doctor's note, just a medical doctor. It can be a mental health doctor, it can be a chiropractor, it can be a traditional doctor. Any doctor's note will do, and it will give you extra time, up to 4 hours. That same note can say, more time, separate room. If it will help you to focus, to be in a separate room, you can apply for that with a doctor's note. So consider that if you think it could help. You do need to supply that doctor's note with when you pay your $265 for the MBLEx. So when you apply for your authorization to test, you cannot do it after because the testing center needs to make accommodations. So that is another option for you. But getting to the 2 hour mark, that's our first hurdle, right? Getting to it. So you're with me today for an hour. Bravo. I'm going to sign off here in just a moment. But good job today. And I know it's like, oh my Lord, here we go. Endocrine system, nervous system, respiratory system. Yeah, you know it, but it's good to revisit it. And it's good to know it for sure. So going to sign off on this recording saying thanks so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it. My name is Jody Scholes. I'm your instructor for the MBLEx review course. We meet here every week, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon.